From its very beginnings, the Anglican Cathedral in Christchurch, New Zealand, had been a symbol of the city itself. The church in the middle of Cathedral Square was the religious and civic center of the city. It endured 130 years and 4 major earthquakes before a magnitude 6.3 shock on February 22, 2011, inflicted irreparable damage.
Our project manager used the phrase that is often repeated, which is, "The old girl has done so well, but she's rocking herself to bits."
So what to do? Some people want the cathedral restored. There's been a court case over it, and the bishop says there will eventually be a cathedral in Cathedral Square, but not for some years to come.
The center of the city will not be able to be occupied, I would think, for a minimum of 5 to 10 years. And we weren't even allowed to put up a structure near the very dangerous broken cathedral for obvious reasons. We're also surrounded by other dangerous broken buildings. So we're saying, bring the cathedral down to 2 to 3 meters, 6 to 9 feet. That will not require any supports. For an interim period, it will be a prayer garden. And then our architects will look at designing a safe structure, incorporating some of the old, lots of new, that will become the Cathedral of Christchurch. And people will say, what will it look like? It will look like a cathedral. It will be a house of prayer for all people at the center of the city for at least another 150 years.
Still, it will be at least 10 years before that building is ready, and the congregation of the cathedral needs a more permanent temporary home after 2 years of worshiping in the chapel in nearby Christ's College. Enter the work of Shigeru Ban, a Japanese architect known for his post-disaster temporary buildings, including churches, made of cardboard. The diocese has commissioned him to build a transitional cathedral to serve as that home for the next 10 years. It is the largest temporary structure Shigeru has designed, and he is donating his work.
This building, known as the Transitional Cathedral, has actually been dubbed the Cardboard Cathedral, and it will be known as the Cardboard Cathedral forever, I'm sure. Cardboard Cathedral because inside the structure there are 98 huge cardboard tubes that will run the full length of the cathedral down both sides. 98 tubes in all, 600 millimeters wide, that's pretty wide, and up to 23 meters in length. What I'm standing on is a huge concrete pad which is 900 millimeters thick and contains 40,000 meters of steel. It's called a concrete raft. It's been designed to function during another earthquake in such a way that the structure on top of it will remain solid. The whole raft may tilt if the land under it disappears, and on top of the structure will go a triangular shaped building. It moves in shape from sort of an equilateral triangle and starts to reach up and narrow as you walk into the building, and it's designed in that way because it's a memory of the cathedral in the square. The large cardboard tubes are clad in a polycarbonate roof, a plastic roof, and at night the light from inside the building will be seen through the gaps, only 15 millimeter gaps between each of these 98 tubes, shining out through the plastic polycarbonate roof. So at night time the building will glow. In the daytime when you walk into the building you'll see the shafts of light coming through those 15 millimeter gaps.
The Cardboard Cathedral is being built in Latimer Square, the site of another Anglican church, St. John's, which was also destroyed by the earthquakes. The two congregations, very different in their theological outlooks, will worship together until the cathedral congregation returns to a new building in Cathedral Square. The Cardboard Church will then become St. John's home. Building in Latimer Square is also significant for another reason.
We're right next door to what was the CTV building, where they completely collapsed. 115 people died just across the road. So it's going to mean an awful lot to the city, let alone what the church will find strength through this building in. It will be for the city a place to come and remember people that have died. It will be a place also that will present a unique architectural form that I hope will encourage other designers, architects to kind of push the envelope in terms of what they design for the building. There's a fear in Christchurch that we're going to end up with a whole lot of new buildings that will all look the same, you know, ticky-tacky on a hill, you know, glass, square, rectangular structures. So this will be a kind of a prophetic voice. The prime importance of this building is that it will speak belonging to people, it will speak welcome. The doors will be wide open, we'll be inviting people in. It's their place. When they see it, they'll be wowed and convinced and converted.
For Episcopal News Service, I'm Mary Frances Schonberg.